Hi everyone, today I'm going to be sharing my best of 2011. This is going to be a part 1 video. Today we're going to go over my favorite face products and nail polishes from the year. A lot of these things I've mentioned before, so I'm going to try to go through quickly because there's a lot of things to talk about. I'm going to try to go in the order of how I put things on in the morning to try to give myself some type of organization. So let's go ahead and get started. In a lot of these categories, I'm going to have two options, my favorite drugstore and my favorite higher end brand. Some of these I only have one, and that's just because it is become my absolute holy grail, and primer is one of those instances. The Too Faced Primed and Poreless blew every other primer I've ever tried out of the water. It is just really helps. I have larger pores around my nose, helps fill those in and camouflage, helps my makeup to last all day. I absolutely love this primer and wear it most days. My favorite tinted moisturizer goes to CoverGirl's Aqua Smoothers. During the summer, this was my go-to product. It is just perfect for hot summer days when you want a little bit of evening on your skin, but you don't want a lot of cakey coverage. So this is wonderful, and I would just pair that with a little bit of powder in my T-zone where I get oily. In my foundation category, I do not have a traditional foundation, cream or liquid. It has definitely been the year of the BB cream. This is the Super Blemish Balm Plus, and this is in the gold packaging. I love this. I've gotten my sister, my mom, my aunt, and my grandmother all using this. If you want a little bit more information on BB creams, I will link to an article down below, give you a little bit more description. It is, to me, it is more coverage than a tinted moisturizer, but not as heavy as a foundation. And I feel it really helps improve the texture of my skin. It does look a little weird going on. It has like a gray cast to it. But once you blend it in, if you want to see this in action, I do have my everyday foundation routine where I use this. This is actually probably the only thing that I'm going to show you that I don't have on my face. I am testing out, Stila came out with a blemish balm. So I'm seeing a lot of higher end trying to duplicate these Asian BB creams. So I've only been using it a couple days, but I do kind of miss this. So I'm excited to go back to this soon. It's a wonderful product and I highly recommend it. For under eye brightener, I do have a drugstore and a high-end. For drugstore, it is definitely the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This product has just become my absolute favorite. It goes under so well. A lot of days I just put a teeny little bit and pat it out with my finger. On days where I feel like I need more coverage, I'll use more product and then use my damp beauty blender to really pat it in and get that airbrush effect. Really feel like this helps make me look more awake and camouflages some of my under eye circles. For my high end, I have the YSL, the Touche Eclat. I almost didn't include this, but I felt like I did use it for the majority of the year, from the beginning of spring all the way until when I bought the Maybelline. It is so expensive, and I really feel like the Maybelline does a better job. So I'm putting this in here because it was a favorite, but definitely now I will not be repurchasing this. I love the Maybelline, so I would highly recommend you try out the Maybelline. For setting that under eye concealer, I only have one option. This is from bareMinerals, and this is in Bisque. I take a little bit of this on a concealer brush and just pat that in to help set. And I also feel like this just helps mattify the area and really helps camouflage those under eye circles. For an all-over concealer where I have blemishes or redness, I have two options. My favorite drugstore is the Revlon PhotoReady, and this concealer comes in a stick form. A lot of times I will apply this with my finger, rub this on my finger so I can get a little bit of that heat that makes it a little bit more blendable. This is a great option from the drugstore. For my high-end option, I have Benefit's Erase Paste. I love this. This is my third container. I think in a previous video I mentioned I originally bought this to go underneath my eyes, but I found even with all of its creaminess, it made my under eyes a little bit dry. But I've since repurposed it and I use it around my nose and on any blemishes, and I feel like it does a good job and lasts all day. For powders, I have both a drugstore and a high-end. Drugstore is the Maybelline Dream Matte. This I used paired with the Tinted Moisturizer from CoverGirl, and that was just, in the summertime, my go-to combination. I feel like this is very mattifying, and I would only put it in my T-zone just because I wanted to keep my cheeks nice and glowy in the summer. It's a wonderful powder as a drugstore option. The Too Faced Amazing Face Powder has become my holy grail powder foundation. I love this. Since I'm using a BB cream that doesn't have quite the coverage of a liquid or cream foundation, I find that I really want to make sure I get a good coverage powder foundation to go over top of it. This just gives me that velvet finish without looking cakey or powdery. For contour, I have solely been using NYX's blush in Taupe. This I've gotten towards the end of the year, but I felt like I had to include it just because I feel like I finally found something that really helped give me a natural contour. And you can see, if you're familiar with NYX blushes, they come with that like grid-like impression on them, and I've almost worn that completely down just in the past few months of the year. All right, for bronzers, I have Rimmel's Sunlight and NARS's Laguna, both wonderful matte options. I myself prefer matte bronzers. I think they look a little bit more natural and just kind of help give your face dimension. For cream blushes, I do not own any high-end cream blushes, but if you are looking for something that's cheap and really easily blendable, I recommend the NYC Blushable Cream Stick, and this one that I have is in Big Apple Blush. This I used all the time in the summer. It just gives that, really pretty summery glow. Very easily blendable, so it's just a wonderful product and I highly recommend it. Moving on to powder blushes, when I would use that blushable cream stick, I would almost always top it off with a powder blush, and the powder that I would use is e.l.f.'s blush in Tickled Pink. These, if you've not tried some of these e.l.f. Studio blushes, they are really wonderful quality, especially for the price, and I like these even better than some of my high-end blushes. Hands down, no questions asked, the blush of the year for me is definitely Tarte Expose. I think I bought this like halfway through the year, but it is definitely my most used, my most reached for. I almost have to like talk myself into using other blushes in the morning. That's how much I love this blush. I wasn't quite sure if I should put eyebrows in this video or one with all this, where I'm talking about all the eye products. Decided to go ahead and put it in the face video. I have two products, high and low end. For low end is hands down Revlon's Brow Fantasy. It comes with pencil side and a side with some colored wax. This is just that easy, don't have to reach for a lot of products, can get it all done, and it looks very natural, and you can see how little I have left of the pencil. For my high-end brow product, I have Anastasia's Beauty Express. This comes with a wax, a powder, and then a highlight for underneath your brow. The highlight is definitely not my favorite, but I am in love with both the wax and the powder. A lot of times I feel powders can look a little unnatural on me just because my hair color is a little bit different and stuff can look a little bit orange, where I don't mind my eyebrows look a little reddish, but definitely not orange. This taupey color is perfect for me, and I've already hit pan on the wax, so this is also a great product. I think I tend to use the Revlon Brow Fantasy during the week when I'm just hurrying to get to work, and I'll use this when I have a little bit more time to get to my makeup in the morning. All right, now I'm going to talk about a couple of my favorite face brushes for 2011. The first one is from Too Faced. I've actually used it so much that I've worn off the writing, but I think it was called like the Teddy Bear face brush. Not 100% sure. I will link that down below. It is the softest brush I think I own, and it is perfect for applying my Too Faced Amazing Face Powder. This just gives me a wonderful velvety finish. For applying my contour, I have been loving Sigma's F40, which is the angled blush brush. It is just perfect for getting right in here in the hollows. I actually might purchase another one of these because I also like this for applying blush. It's just usually dyed with this contour color that I use. For applying blush in 2011, I have loved Sigma's F50, and this is the Duo Fibre. This is just wonderful for a more natural application. For bronzing, I have loved my EcoTools bronzing brush. I have not found a brush that is softer or more dense. When picking out all of these products, it was super easy. The only thing I was really, worried about picking out was nail polish. But when I went through my collection, it really came together really fast. So I'm excited to show you my favorite nail polishes of 2011. And I probably have taken pictures of these on my fingernails, so I will try to input pictures as well. The first nail polish I have to show you is Zoya's Caitlin. I received this in a Birchbox in the springtime, and this was the first time I had tried Zoya. It has since become one of my favorite nail polish brands, and this color is just particularly pretty. During the summer, I went on the hunt for the perfect nude nail polish for my skin tone, and I finally found it in Deborah Lippen's Naked. Probably the most fun nail polish I own is Deborah Lippmann's Across the Universe. This is just one of the most stunning and unique nail polishes I've found. Another nail polish brand that I have come to love in 2011 is definitely Butter London, and this particular one is Rosie Lee, and I also wore this a lot in the summertime. Alright, thank you so much for sitting with me through this rather long video. I hope that you found this helpful, and don't forget to check back for part 2 where I'm going to be talking about eyes and lips. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.